So let's begin. And I will start with an absolute basic. So our customers usually ask how the reading report works. What is the automation? So we usually have a confusion, and customers imagine automation that there is a red big flashing button where you can click and report with all content magically appears on your account, and you can sell it for the customers. So that is not how the automation works. Automation means that our report tool has a system that allows you to set the visibility for a specific page according to the content that you will load on the page. So, of course, such as cover page, about yourself page, any introductory pages, chart pages, you will set visible for all. But then when you will be working on specific content, let's say I have an example here, page for the generator, I set visibility for type generator. And like this for every single type, for every single authority, for every single property, for every single property that you want to deliver at your report. So you will see the big list of the properties, the profiles, gauge channels, incarnation crosses, defined and defined centers, variables. So that means you can build the report, and then you report, and the content must be loaded on the page, and visibility set accordingly that reflects what you're talking about on the page. So what system does? When someone goes into your website and generates the chart, the submission form allows this system, report system, to cherry pick the pages from the report. It combines only those pages that are relevant, that are visible for everyone, and that are only relevant for me. So my date of birth, I am a generator, so therefore I can see generator page, and it skips to my authority page. As you can see, I can't see any irrelevant pages, such as, what is that? Okay. Okay. So as you can see, I cannot see any unnecessary pages such as manifesto page or any other authorities that are not mine. So it combines perfectly the report that relevant for me with my human design properties. So this is where automation happens. Now, and this is the main feature of the report. Now, also, we get very often asked, so where is the content? How to build the report? Well, we have some content to kickstart your business, and we have some ready-made reports. So Midnight Dunes, for instance, comes with type, profile, inner authority, defined and defined centers. Then there is little reports such as health report and relationship report that focuses on defined and defined centers as well. And we have currents reports that she very generously allows you to upsell and gain all the revenue from those. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reports that come already with the content, and that means you can start pretty much selling immediately as soon as you have chat integrated and all connections made, and just then going into report editor and starting building your own unique content. Then very often as well, customers ask, well, these reports are not necessarily represents my content. Correct. They might not necessarily represent your content, but we're thinking business here, right? So why not to sell what is already available, especially that you can adjust all of these reports, except current report allows you to adjust only first 2 pages and very last page to add your branding. Content itself is locked. But any other report, You can customize it, change the colors, adjust the content if you like to, make it into your brand colors and sell it as yours just to start the business, basically, and to make the Bodygraph Chart to pay back for you as quick as possible. And just then you can, everything, matters in the announcement and what you're telling for your customers. If you're letting them know that, I have extra products, they're not usual, my, niche or whatever, but there is something to buy while I'm actually building and I'm making something amazing for you, which is going to be completely yours. And I will show you later how to build yours and any tips or tricks, that will make the building your report way faster. Now, second question very often happens when you're approaching the reading report first time is, well, I have a reading reports ready somewhere else, such as Canva, or let's say, I don't know, Word files or something else. Can I just import, the report into our system? Answer is no, because this is unique system, and it's unique because it has this page visibility, it has calculator, so it cannot scan your PDF or recognize what content you have there. I did recognize that some of you guys are actually exporting the images and uploading them as the pages on our editor and setting visibility accordingly to your Canva images, basically. Yes, it is possible to build the report that way. However, I strongly would not recommend to do it. Yes, you can launch it this way, probably, but in a long go, just bear in mind that images would affect the size of the file. That means it will affect the download speed, the upload speed, and very often, if you're not very focusing on what quality, and very often our customers exporting in super high quality, like the quality for the billboards or the airplane prints or something like that. So if you upload that kind of quality images on the report editor simply will crash, and this is not the main purpose of this editor. You can probably, if you want to make a quick launch of the content that you have, it's okay to have that approach for initial launch. Just please export the lowest possible quality, but printable, test it, what is the lowest possible quality, but it still looks okay when you zoom in. That's all you pretty much need. Launch it, but then I recommend to rebuild the report using our editor, and eventually, just imagine if you have the report built from images only. If you will want to make any adjustments, little tweaks to the text or anything, every single time as well, you will have to go back to another platform, adjust that page, export it, import it again onto the page, so that is not the best approach, especially when you have a report ready and built on our editor. You can pretty much go in and make adjustments straight away to the text, and you have no issues. Just save it and it's all done. So possible for the quick launch. In the long run, please do not build the reports from the images only. We do not recommend, and this is not the purpose of the report tool in general. You definitely can use an upload feature to upload your elements if you have a specific frames, or some elements, the graphics that you usually include, or some backgrounds that you usually use. You can upload it and use it for your editor without problems at all. So now we come to the next point that I will talk about the reports, is the language that the report use. So when you building the report, or when you installing the report, by default, it's going to have an English language assigned. However, if you're working in a different language, at the settings, you can assign whichever language you want. What does it mean? So this language only matters if you're planning to use any excuse me, can you everyone make sure that you mute, because
Hey,
I
baby,
can,
I'm good. How are you? Hey, you guys got dermatological?
excuse me, can you actually
You
mute?
should have a mute all button.
Can I actually, I'll guess,
Hey guys, do you guys have dermatological?
No.
Oh, that's why I can't find it. What how
how
about
can
the primer, the thick one?
okay.
Photo finish.
Nadine, we
No,
can hear you
Smashbox?
on the Zoom
Yeah,
call.
Smashbox is out.
No, we know of yeah, like every
Oh.
once in a while
I
we'll
did
get
not
them
know
in
how
on
to
like the medium
actually,
apply, but we don't have
De
them right
pronto.
Oh, thank you, doll. Oh
1
god.
second, how can I actually check
This
the,
one,
so I cannot.
this is just the
1
photo
second,
finish correct. It's the anti-redness primer.
Oh shoot.
I will check in a
Any
minute,
kind
I
of
apologize for that.
blur primer or no?
From that brand?
Any brand? Because I use any brand that's
yeah,
as long as it's blur.
Like there's blurring in the one size, the Laura Mercier.
Victoria, you muted yourself when you did that too.
Okay, thank you so much for letting me know.
Thank you.
Okay, so I
We
am
love you.
Whew, sweating here. Thank you so much for the love. Okay, so going back to the report, to my, I was prepared the log speech, and right now I'm all distracted. No, just kidding. So I was talking about the language. Why is it mattered? Language matters when you're actually preparing to use the shortcodes. And I will shortly show you what the shortcodes mean. The language comes from my content tool. So if you go into the language, let's just say I got English language, here you can edit pretty much everything. The labels of we're calling them properties, or the descriptions of the properties. So the language contains the short descriptions that we do provide for all the human design properties, and you can use them either for your chart, to show that on the result page when the chart is generated, or for the reports. So that's why it is important which language is assigned, because shortcodes will bring those little descriptions and labels into the report based on what language is assigned. So I will show you right now an example. Let me just add the one page. So let's just say I want to add the type. It will pull up automatic. This is a dynamic text. So it will change based on the customer's type. I will include it a second time. You can either include it second time or click and duplicate it, and then select an option that this one will show a description instead of label. So now I have a label and I have a description. So if I will preview this page, you will see that it brings up for me the type and description, my type and description. If I would be manifestor, it would show manifestor and related description for the manifestor. So we do have customers who prefer to build the report this way, because if you build the using page visibility feature, that means you will build 5 pages, for each type instead of just 1 page, which is not a bad idea. However, as you can see, I don't see how text looks like until I actually go and preview. So that means if I load 2 long descriptions at my content tool, and I'm not sure where it's going to end, it's gonna come out of the page margins. Shortcodes do not have that possibility to run over to the next page. So if the text is too long, it's just gonna basically snip it off at the end of the page. And that's why it's very hard to format, what is brought into the report. Also, there is a downside. For example, you cannot upload the related images to the type. Let's just say type specific graphics, type specific images, because this is dynamic. It changes based on the person's date of birth. So it cannot, super customize the page based on each type or each center, because we have shortcodes for gates, centers, types, incarnation crosses, profiles. So why we introduced the shortcodes? The shortcodes were introduced to build the summary pages, the little freebies with those little descriptions of 1 or 2 sentences. So because it makes very quickly, quickly to build just maybe few pages freebie as a lead magnet. Or if, for example, you're building the text and saying, about the type affecting their life, and you say, did you know that your type is blank? And instead of blank, you can include a shortcode that will pick up automatically a person's type within that text. So that's why we introduced the shortcodes. And the shortcodes will be important when you will be building, for example, a report for the gates and channels. So we have, for example, if you want to build per planet for each gate report, there are 2 ways how you can do it. So in this case, shortcodes come in handy, and I will show you why. So there are 2 ways how you can do it. First, you can use the page visibility and set, for example, Sun Gate 1. But what does it mean? You will need to build basically, oops, the wrong place. You will need to build the 64 pages per each planet per side. What I mean side is design and personality. So there's like massive amount of pages. However, some of our customers prefer that way. And again, because of the same reason, because when you have the dedicated page for specific gate, then you can go, very deep into illustrations specifically related to the sun, to that gate, images. Whilst if you have a shortcode and it's dynamic, you can't upload any gate or planet specific. Okay, you can give, for example, planet specific page, but not gate specific page, because image, sorry, because it's it's going to change and it's going to be irrelevant. So this is one way how you can build it. However, we have an option, page visibility option, that is called all-in-one page for the planet. So let's just say I will set the planet for the sun, and then I will use the shortcodes again listed at all-in-one page for the gate, and I will duplicate it for the gate description. So now what will happen, that means I will have only 1 page for the sun, for personality and design side. I won't have a 64 pages because the gate will change automatically. Of course, you probably will insert the title and say your sun gate is, and it will automatically pull up the information. Now, if I will go to the preview, it will pull out my gate. My sun gate is 41, and it pulls out from my content, my description about the gate 41. So this is the second way how you can actually build a report. And the good thing is you don't need to rebuild this for every single page. If you will duplicate it, all you will have to do is just to say Earth, and change the title Earth. And that will automatically these ones will pull out the Earth gate simply because the visibility is set for Earth. Let's test it, shall we? So we will see that right now it pulls out my Earth gate and Earth description. So this is the way quicker way to actually build the report for gates. Less pages. However, bear in mind that when you will be using, if it's okay if you will be using the descriptions that we provide that are at my content by default, but if you want to extend it, include more information, it's fine to do it. You can just go into my content, into English language, gates, and upload the information into each gate. However, be mindful that if that information, again, is going to be too long, it's going to come out of the page margins, as I said. So that's why you need to make sure that, you set that, the limit, the font, the alignment properly, that it actually fits into the page. And if you will make any updates on the content, please make sure and test the report, especially for those pages that uses the shortcodes. If you do any updates on my content, that, the updates did not affect where the text ends and it does not come out of the page margins. So that's about the gates and the shortcodes. So as I mentioned, shortcodes meant to be for the summary pages, but it comes to handy when you actually don't want to build 64 pages per planner per personality and design. Then there is a quicker and shorter way how to build the report in this method that I just demonstrated previously. Now, another topic is the brand kit. So let's just say when you will be building the report, so that you wouldn't need to upload every single time your brand, your fonts again and again. We have a feature where you can actually build your brand kit, and your brand kit will allow you to update your logos, select your brand colors that you usually use, select the fonts that you usually use for heading, subheading, and body text, any specific graphics that you would like to use and keep the consistency across all your reports, any photos or any images that you probably will use for the backgrounds. So what brand kit allows you to do? Every time you will build the report, the brand kit will be for you available to use. So that means you can make adjustments to existing report in very quick way. You just quickly click on the color on your brand kit and it changes. If you want to replace, for example, the logo, which I did here, so you can just click on your brand kit and it includes into your report, so you don't need to re-upload it. If I will go to another report, exactly same set of the brand kit is available, and I can make adjustments very quickly for each report and build the report. So please use the brand kit. It saves a lot of time rather than just uploading a million times the same images and same logos for every single report. Another way how to actually save time when you're building the report. So let's just say that you're just starting from scratch. You can use some of the templates that, for example, we have some templates for cover page, about me page, chart page, summary page, type page, content page. So we have some templates that you can use if you like it. You can adjust those, or you can completely build the template for yourself and save it as a template. Let's just say I like this page to be my content page. That means if I'm building, let's just say this is going to be for my consistency for every single property, for profile, for design, for wearables, for, you know, authority, that I can save it as a template. And let's just say right now I'm building the type pages. So I will copy paste, I will change the title, I will copy paste my content in here for the type. I will set up for the generator. Next one, I will add empty page. So it's consistent. I will use exact same template. However, I will change the title. That is going to be manifestor. Replace the text for the manifestor and set the page for type manifestor. So this allows you to keep the consistency across the pages and saves you time rather than you going, adding the page and trying to realign the, you know, text boxes again. So save as many, you know, templates for the content, for the cover page, for the chart page in your branding colors, you know, so save it. And when you will build every other report, all you will have to do, especially for those generic pages or even the content pages, just add the empty page and add your you know, pages. Especially this saves a massive amount of time when you're doing introduction. You know, if you want to keep the design consistency across all the reports. So this is the quick way how to save your time. The good news is that we will be introducing the grid line and ruler. So, you know, it will help a lot to make actually alignments between the text boxes, the elements. So that will say it will help you when you will be building the template for yourself. And another thing to mention that, as you know or might not know, we introduced the frequency report not long ago. And we have a ready-made frequency report which you can purchase. This is just one-time payment of $47.50. Once payment is proceeded, you will have a template installed into your account, or you can recreate it by yourself using the shortcodes. This is the second place basically where the shortcodes come in handy. So of course you can build the introduction pages for the frequency, explain the 3 frequencies which we call mastery, gift, and shadow of the gates. And you know, then you can customize the graphics. So if you will go into the graphics, you can build your own graphic for the frequency, change the colors of each bubble, make it in different design to make it completely yours, you know, and then build the report. But when it comes to the content, let's just say shortcodes, to use the shortcodes, what I mentioned before, there is a separated section for the frequency. Again, English language contain the short descriptions for the frequencies, which you can go and adjust it to your liking, to your knowledge. So basically how to use it. So introduction, it will be to add the corresponding gate. In this case is corresponding gate sun. So we're adding sun label and sun description. And then we're adding mastery, gift, and shadow for this specific gate. And they are listed under the shortcodes in absolutely same order. So it's very easy, you know, you can see that the corresponding gate sun, corresponding gate sun mastery, so corresponding gift sun personality, corresponding shadow sun personality. So, you know, you can add them. Of course, you will probably need to add them twice, or as I showed earlier, duplicate it. and then selected the second one, would pull up the description. So this way you can build the frequency report and offer this report for your customers. And what else I have noted for myself? I have notes as well. Okay, so let's just say report is ready. You have it prepared. You wanted to sell it. This is for people who probably don't sell the reports and they think like, okay, how I'm going to offer it. So it's going to come with the embedded chart. So people will come to your website, they will submit the form, and once the form is, the chart is generated, you know, all the reports are listed under the chart for customers to buy or download. So the free ones will have an instant download button, and the paid ones will have a paid button. I know some of you will have in mind the question, okay, how I can actually ask, you know, how to I can promote specific report? Well, you will have to direct people into the chart generator. You can't and you can, and I'll show you some trick to actually promote the specific report. If you have, let's say, extraordinary report, which you want to make as a standalone thing, the main thing that people have to go through the form submission, because that's how the report works. It needs that form to know which pages to cherry pick for customer and, you know, prepare the PDF. So they have to go through the form submission. But amazing thing is that this system allows you to basically to create more embed codes. That means you can create the embed code dedicated for specific report. I prepared this detailed report, for example, and created the embed code. Now, you might not necessarily everyone know CSS and what does it mean. It's just codes that helps to hide or slightly adjust things on the result page. You can reach out to me, but for example, or I probably will prepare the article, because I probably will have right now a lot of you coming to asking how to actually apply CSS. So probably will prepare the guidance on this. You can hide the chart and everything else, leaving just the report button on the result page. I prepared it, one second. I have, for example, I prepared it on my testing website. So you can create the page completely dedicated for your amazing report. You can, of course, put the whatever title you might want, illustrations, super descriptions about it, and embed that dedicated embed code for the report that you want to sell. So people still will have to submit the form, but instead of getting distracted by the chart or anything else, they will get the report widget pop up for them and they can go and purchase it pretty much. Of course, I just dropped this one in 5 last minutes before a meeting, so my one is misaligned and there's no match in colors, but you can make super beautiful, you know, setup. And then when you want to make a promotion for the specific report, all you have to do is just to direct people straight to this page rather than your generic report page where all the reports are listed. So this is the way how you can actually promote specific report. And now talking about the promotion, we have very often customers building amazing reports, and I'm seeing you guys doing amazing job. Your reports like really wow, extraordinary. And then they're saying we do not make a sales. Well, there are 2 reasons. First, very often what we recognize when you be visiting your websites to assist you either to apply CSS or make some changes, I find that I find it difficult to find the chart. So when I come into your website, the chart, if you're focusing on the report sales, the chart submission form should be kind of into my face when I'm visiting your website. If I have to click on the menu, then select an option from the menu or even further redirection, that means you're minimizing the chances that those reports or even the form submission, the chart generator will be found. So if that's your main focus, if your human design business is the main focus and your report sales is the main focus, please make sure that the chart generator is pretty much on the home page. And when you're running the promotion, you're not inviting people to your whole page or the main page or the home page, but exactly where the chart generator is. And yes, marketing is very important part of the business. They have customers who, let's just say, it's good if you had the traffic previously. If you have some specific, like, I don't know, some sort of traffic following on the social media, that means you're already starting from something, not from zero. But we have a lot of customers who are starting from absolute zero, and they're just starting with social media, with all the other platforms where they will be advertising. But you have to go and advertise. So it doesn't mean that you launched it and you will be found online, because there are a lot of human design readers. That means you have to be active at the events that relative to your niche. For example, you have to be active on your competitors' accounts that it's not necessary, I mean active, so please don't be those that are actually going and spamming competitors' accounts with links to your business website. Probably you will get blocked everywhere. But if you will be active on their accounts, and I mean making comments, giving very valuable information. For example, someone asked a question like, oh, can someone give me an insight if I have a head center undefined? What does it mean in my life? And if you will give very valuable answer to the question at the competitor's account, someone will say like, hey, who the hell is this? Like, it's really valuable information, interesting. I will go and check his account. So you make sure that your profile is ready with all the links to your website, to your chart generator, to your products. So when it actually happens and people thinking, oh, this person knows what he's talking about, then when they actually checking your account, they can see no questions. They can see what you're doing, where I can visit your website, where I can purchase, your information. So get prepared and then, be active. And that's probably the best advertisement, for this kind of business. Being active, commenting everywhere, providing the valuable information so that people can resonate and come to you. The valuable information is an invitation to your actually garden to visit and see what they can actually find, what is valuable for your customers. So this is it that I want to mention on this presentation. I'll just, Gitas, do you want anything to add before we actually jumping on the questions and answers session? Okay, 1 second. Do I have to unmute someone, or you can actually unmute yourself?
We can unmute.
Oh yeah, you can unmute. Okay, I can see that you raising the hand. Who's raising the hand? Sin, is that correct?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, nice to meet you, Sin.
Thank you. I had a question. I noticed that in the reports, there are some chart designs that are pretty cool, but they're not templates that are in the chart generator. Is there a way to get them out of the report to have them be your foundation so that they match?
Absolutely. And thank you very much. And so I actually forgot to show the designs, and I will show it right away right now. So how designs, you can include the designs into the report, I mean the chart designs from the chart section. So you can either include them as the complete charts, you know, and I will show you where they're coming from, or you can build them from different elements. Maybe I don't want to include variables and don't want to show the planets, so I can actually go and include just chart. And this is dynamic thing. So basically, when someone generates the report, they automatically changes to that person chart. Where is it coming from? So it's coming from the design tool, exactly the same place where you're building the chart design for your website. So if you will use, you know, exactly same design for your website, let's say I have here default design, which I can enable for the embed code that I showed earlier. Let's just say I will use the default. That means the same design will be shown here. And then I will go into the report, which I was building. And my default report is this one, but I can actually include it as a complete design, for example. So this is how you can basically keep consistency both for your website and for the reports. Now, I right now probably realized that you was asking about the screen itself, that it gives all result and everything, and you want, and the downloadable PDF that they get, right?
Yeah, because one of the reports has a completely different chart that has like scribble color in instead of like whole shapes colored in. But that option to do those things isn't in the design area.
Don't know exactly what do you mean by scribble thing.
So I think it was in the report that was the blue one.
You mean maybe you're talking about the page
The
template?
template, yeah, no, the blue one. Go back up again.
Oh,
In the blue one.
in the blue one? You're talking about this
Yeah.
one? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so this is
I think that one of the pages within that one had had a design that the colors of the centers
this
they
one.
like aren't, oh shoot, it's not that one, darn it.
That one, that was the
They
blue
were
one.
all filled in instead of being solid fills in the squares, it's like filled in with a crayon. So it's a different style.
Oh, I do understand. Okay, so those styles, quick question for August. Did we actually introduce the styles into design tool? So the chart style, I probably have the heart style installed and the crystal style. You talked about this one, right?
Oh, there it is. Okay, where is that?
So when you go into the chart design tool,
Yeah.
and editing any of the designs that you use, the very first option that says chart style,
Okay.
there you can choose the painted design.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. So just one thing, if you will be making updates, let's just say you changed your mind and want to make some changes for the design that you use for the report. You can now make changes on the report itself. You cannot make color changes over here on the chart or any of the elements of the charts. If you want to make changes, that means you need to go into the chart design tool, into that specific design that you're using for your report, make adjustments to the colors, and then once it's done, save it, come back to the report.
Okay, I add something. We don't have these custom designs pre-installed, but they will be available soon.
Okay.
I think they can chatting where we have old marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
and you can install design from here. So in chat you will find link, and you will find chart designs category. Then you can install that specific design that you want
Okay.
into your account.
Okay, yeah, so you basically, because we discontinued the marketplace, which had those styles to install into design tool, what Algis was saying, he right now shared the Zoom chat link where you can actually go into that marketplace, which is not accessible through your tools, basically. So you can save that link. When you will go into the chart, into that marketplace, you will find that you can install the heart-shaped, painted crystals, and all those designs into your editor, and they will become available under the chart style. So please go into the chat and save that link for yourself. So, but you can only open that link whilst you logged in into Bodygraph Chart.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. Hi, Richard. I see you raising your hand.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I just want to ask again if you can show how to create the sales. We have to do that in Stripe. Forgot how to do it. Can you show me?
Okay. Sales. So for the sales, it will be important, of course, to connect the payment method. What we have integrations with the Stripe, PayPal, Thrivecard, or WooCommerce. So of course, I don't know which one you will be working with. You will need to make the connection
Right.
with Stripe. Okay, so you can go into the Help Center and find the group of articles that is payment apps. There you will find the Stripe article, which gives you the text step-by-step and video tutorial how to make the connection. Once the connection is made, you need to go to the report, let's say this detailed report, which I showed you today. You can set up the payment, select that app that you just connected, in this case as well, Stripe, give the report the price, select the currency that you want to sell at, and save it, and that's all. So right now, when you will release it on your embed code, it's no longer going to have instant download button, but it's going to have a buy now button, which will redirect person to the Stripe checkout when they will click on that buy now button.
Now, for what I meant was actually like a discount. If I wanted to create a discount code or something like that. how do you do
Again, okay, so same place. If you will go to the payment app section at the Help Center, there is a article for pretty much every single platform. A Stripe article explains for you how to create the discount code, because we do not handle the payments through the Bodygraph Chart. The third-party apps such as Stripe or PayPal or Thrivecard handles it. That means the discount codes need to be created there. Just bear in mind that if you're using, and I think I have a note here, yes, if you're using Stripe, the 100% discount code won't work. The reason why, because 100% discount code do not trigger a webhook. Webhook's job is your Stripe system basically sends the signal to back to Bodygraph Chat, says, yeah, we've got the payment, it's time to load the download button. And if 100% discount basically breaks that webhook, and person will pay for the report, you will receive the payment, but report will never load for them, simply because webhook will not send the system. So it can, when you're using Stripe, it cannot be 100% discount.
I won't do 100% anyway. I just want to have another question that you forgive this. I mean, isn't it possible that you guys can somehow or the other figure it out on the other end where, where once you've got the person's information, that they don't have to keep inputting their information each time to get a chart? Isn't there some way you can figure that out?
You definitely can do that. So on your embed code, which you're using for the website, there is an option to remember last form input. This is going to save some cookies in the person's browser. So every time, just an example as this, because I have it enabled, when person will revisit your chart on your website, they will have their details already inputted into the form. So they won't need to input again and again.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Hello, Roscoe.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, you too. Sorry, I have a different name this time. So I have kind of three questions. One of them is an easy question, so I'll throw that one out there first.
Okay.
I know there's the hexagrams, like you can get the you can add that to your tools or to your is there a way to like download those so that you can add them to images in a different program like Canva or something? Like because I want to use those hexagrams more often, but I don't know an easy way to do that.
I don't think that we have an export for the graphics, Algis, right?
No, this is a question for Silvana actually, but she's on vacation.
Yeah, so but we do not have an option to export it as a SVG from the report tool.
But you can I think browser you can right click on the image and open in or save image as, and that's it.
1 second.
So
Okay.
right click and save image as. Not here, Victoria, on side, but
on
this
here.
is not.
Oh,
Yeah.
saving it as.
And then you can download.
Oh yeah, okay. Save it as SVG. You can actually save it as the SVG. It
Okay,
allows.
cool.
Ooh, I learned something new as well. That's brilliant. Good. You had
Okay.
you said you had 3 questions. So it was easy one. Oh, come on. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
looking for
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought it would be a simple yes or no, but cool, we figured that out. The other question is if you are creating a gates, like you want to tell people their gates in the report, you kind of showed us the best way is to create like a page for each gate and then just make
yeah.
yeah,
If you
go ahead.
want if you want to upload specific gate specific graphics, then this is the best way to set the visibility for each gate per planet. But that's gonna create like 1,900 pages, basically, something like that. And some customers choose that way because they want to include the gate specific graphics. If not, then the option for all in one page, you only setting up the planet visibility and including the shortcode that all in one page for the gate, and it will change accordingly that the person's gate, on that person has the gate for the Earth in this instance, right? But then again, you can of course upload the graphic and make a page nice, but it cannot be gate specific because this will change based on the gate that person has on their Earth personality or design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does that make
cool.
sense?
Yeah, it does, and it will definitely make sense after I try to work with it. So,
Yeah.
My other question is, if when you're selling reports, is there a record? Like, is there a way that I could check into the back end of each person that buys a report? Like, if they buy a report and then they ask me questions about their design, or I start coaching them, can I go into my system and just pull up their chart because they've done that?
Yes, but I would probably say but I will explain but later. So statistics captures the sales of your reports. So basically when the sale goes through, you will see reports sold, reports downloaded that are free, PDF downloaded if you have this option enabled on your embed code, and charts generated. So let's just say someone did not buy the report from you, but they said, oh, I generated a chart on your website, and my name is this and this, email this and this. Can you actually I don't want to buy a report, but give me a, insight on my gate, whatever this. So you can go into your statistics, find by name, okay, oh, this is the client. I can actually click on it, open the client's chart with all the details, and, just send that a little message about the question that they ask. Same with the reports. If you will go to the sold reports, you can click on the report and download the PDF of the customer's report and give them that little extra. Or let's just say they scheduled the 1 hour reading with you, so you can actually print out the report and prepare for that reading from the statistics. The only thing that this information is kept there here for 90 days before it gets deleted. So before it hits the 90 days mark, then it gets deleted. And where was the but? So statistic captures only the inputs from the embed codes, not from the business website. So if you're running the business website, then statistics do not capture any submissions or any report sales from the business website, because the way the chart generator built there is different than embed code.
Okay.
Okay.
So I am using the business website. So the things that you showed me first, that will not work for me.
Pretty much not. Then the only option will be to see customers' details is go to WooCommerce orders. And when you will click on the order, you will see person's date of birth, where you can actually rerun the chart, for example, at the generate chart for that customer, and then give them insight about the chart and so on. That's probably the only way. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Great answers.
Thank you, Owen. I see that you are next in line for me.
I love your proficiency and how quickly you're able to get right to the feature in Bodygraph that answers our questions.
Thank you so much for the feedback.
Yeah. Is there an option in the chart generator to print all pages? Like when you do a preview, obviously it does a birthday and will show you the pages that are set to render if a person has this quality. But like one of the situations we run into is we'll have help proofreading it, and it would be nice to just like print out every page and then have that as a PDF to send to them. Is there such a feature?
There is no. So what I know we're preparing the export feature, but I think it's going to be JSON file, right? I'll guess if we will introduce the export feature. Is there a way to actually preview the whole report?
Problem is that generating PDFs is very expensive, and even with using browser and basically if you ignore visibility options, Google reports will be very large and you will be able to generate that report. So we researched this option, but basically it's not possible at this moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not possible. So we have, for example, the preview option of these reports, but as Olga's mentioned, it costs for us a lot because we're storing these PDFs at the servers. And to do it, you can imagine for every single report, for every single customer, and we have quite a bit of you guys with us in our big Bodygraph Chart family. So that's gonna be like gonna cost us a lot just for the preview purposes, and most likely not everyone will use it. So yeah, unfortunately there is no such option, but maybe we will find a way around it. So I'm pretty sure Algis already took a note somewhere to look into opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I see Andrea is next on the queue. Andrea, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just a beginner, so I don't know. Well, maybe it's a silly question that I have. When you go to create a report, how I can be able to create a report that looks professional?
Okay,
If
and
I go,
Andrea,
how I, you know?
I
Yeah.
did not hear at least 90% of what you actually said.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will, I will, I will start again. So, when you are creating a report, as you said for the gates, with the shortcodes, how can I will be able to create a report that looks professional with my brand and all that stuff if I cannot, I don't know, measure the size of the content that in the report will be automatically put the content on, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Okay, so how you can ensure that the text does not come out from the page?
Yeah, and it looks professional because when you go to the preview of that, go to the preview, please.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like so simple and
It is indeed simple because I just added the gate, but of course that will need a little bit work to do with the
okay.
with the
You can
alignment.
work on it.
For sure, you're not just dropping and dumping things on the page and then selling for the customer. So of course I can upload here, I don't know, you can even upload, for example, frames, make it, I don't know, gate related, then for example, image, let's just take some, I don't know, funny image.
Yes,
drop.
because for example, the sooner you show us a page which has, I think that it is like about you page. And
Yeah.
it was really nice, that one. So we can create something like this, but for each gate with the shortcuts.
Absolutely. So you can rebuild. This is the shape, this is the image, this is the graphic. We have a wide selection of the graphics, of the images, or you can upload your images, you know, shapes that you can include, change the, you know, the color and add it to the back end. Also, you can change the transparency. For example, if you want to, let's just say I got this one right now about the gate, I can add the shape and, for example, make it white and then make it transparent, for example, and then let's just say I will include some graphic, I don't know, gate related or hexagram that we talked about it into the shape. So, you know, you can build the images, the illustrations, the backgrounds. So, you know, you can work on it basically. That's the way. But as I suggested previously, I suggest for you, if you want to keep the consistency across all the pages, build one example with all the frames, with the backgrounds, and then save it for yourself as a template, and then use the same template for every single page. And then they will be exactly consistent, same aligned, and beautiful.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Okay, who's next on the line? 1 second. I don't see the queue. Who was the next? I see the AJ, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, AJ, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. This is so intriguing. I love this. This is genius. You guys really did such a good job doing this.
Thank you.
So I have a question. So I work with people doing a lot of transformative work, midlife work, right? And so The thing that I would like to create a report on is the Chiron return.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the report and I can't, for some reason, I can't figure out how to do this. I'm now starting to play with it. And after watching what you've done, I'm curious if you can maybe help me. I want to create a page that is their specific Chiron return and
Mm-hmm.
then that it's in.
Okay, so we do not, so that is the basically cycles chart, and you want to build a report on the cycles chart. We have an ability to run the cycles. Is it cycle or transit? 1 second. Yeah, the cycles. I was correct. So for example, you are able to run the charts and on our system for the cycles, let's say for the person. However, our reports currently support only traditional charts, and our properties and page visibilities are set for traditional human design chart and the frequency that I showed you earlier. So basically, there is no option right now to build a report for relationship, transits, cycles, but that's for shortcoming. So I know that our developers working on actually separating those charts and making them available as the embed codes, and along that those embed codes, it will come an opportunity to actually build the report for those charts, but at the moment it is not available.
Well, what if you did like a custom report? You know how you were doing them from scratch?
Custom property, you mean?
What if you did it with the shortcodes and you put a shortcode of the Chiron of their gate? How could you get this description of that gate on that?
The thing is that we do not have in the report. So for example, the short code, let's just say we have a short code for the date of birth or the design date, but it should have a return date, if I'm correct, right? Because how we do not have a system that basically pulls up the chart based on the Chiron or Uranus return date.
What you're saying, I see what you're saying. What
Yeah.
if what if I told, like, if it was, this is going to be part of a reading, but this will
Okay.
be like the PDF that they get after the reading, or like maybe even before. I'm not sure if I'm going to give it before or after. What if I'm trying to show them what gate their Chiron is in?
Okay. So,
Cool to
okay.
do.
So you can use conscious planets or unconscious. Click
Yeah.
CL. We have Chiron option here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lilith option if you need.
Yeah, little and
So it will output for you gate number for Chiron for specific.
1 second. Where
So
are the
would
plans?
you do a page for each gate and then make each one available to like view for that gate for each person? Would you have to make that many pages? Like
No, so basically, same way that I demonstrated earlier for the gates. So you basically would set visibility for, let's just say this is personality side for Chiron. Oops, not the one. 1 second. This one, all in one page, personality Chiron, and then shortcodes again, all in one page, the gate. So it will pull out the Chiron gate into the page, or the Chiron description of the gate, right, from the my content. So you basically will have a one page for personality and for the design dedicated for Chiron.
okay, and it will load the description with that.
Yes, it will load the description that comes from my content, and you can, of course, add more information into that description specifically dedicated to Chiron. Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, thank you so much. That's so awesome. How cool.
You're most welcome. Thank you. We have again, Sin, you got more question for me?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to, I have one new question, but I wanted to follow up on the other one. I opened the link, I saw the marketplace thing, but I'm not clear on how to integrate this stuff into my,
Okay, so, okay, I'm not sure if I actually can, how can I go on to, okay, 1 second, can I stop sharing and see the chat as well? Where was the link? Okay, and that is for webinars. So basically you need to click on that specific design that you want. There will be the terms and conditions and the click button, you know, the tick box to agree to the terms and conditions, and then install button where you will need to click. 1 second, let me see. Oh, yeah, I got it. Here you go. I will show you on the screen. Okay, so let's just say, okay, so let's just say which one you want to use. Let's expand all the designs. So which one we have? There's no that specific design that you asked for. I cannot see the scribbled one that you said.
well, let's do crystal just for,
Let's just do crystal. So
conversation.
you basically open it and okay, because I already have installed,
Oh, okay.
otherwise there would be a text box and install button.
Okay,
Once it's installed, it should redirect you back to your design tool.
okay,
And this crystal option will appear here, as you can see at the chart styles.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And then the other question was, when designing, when customizing a chart style, some of the background images are smaller than the chart itself, so it's kind of hanging off the edges. Is there a way to resize, like go back to that person? Is there a way to resize the person?
The resize the person? No, there is no option to resize the background with the design tool. Is this going to be optional, I guess, in the future?
That would be awesome, because some of them, like, it would be nice to reposition them a little bit, you know, so that they kind of lined up a little better with the chakras, or, you know, that would be a nice feature.
Thank you for your feedback. We're always taking your feedbacks in our mind. I'm not sure if it's going to come with the updates. I know the design tool is going to have some updates, but I don't think that it's going to allow to actually resize the backgrounds or anything like that. But yeah, taking it as a note, and for sure we will be discussing what can we do to give you more freedom to customize the background actually of the chart.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention.